Alright, well welcome to my first video on basic SolidWorks tools, functions. The request that I've had recently is rib features. So let's try and work through rib feature and hopefully this will be helpful to you. Obviously I'm not a professional at creating these videos, so I'll look forward to questions, feedback, and hopefully you like it enough to follow. I guess that's how this works. All right, anyway, let's move on to the SolidWorks. So, assuming you know how to make things in SolidWorks, we're worrying about ribs, so I'm going to skip a lot of the basics. And I'm going to make a simple sheet metal L shape, if you will, and make it, let's see, 16 by 12 maybe. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a simple open sketch to extrude a thin. So I want this to be 2 foot wide, and I want to extrude that mid plane. And let's go with the basic sheet metal thickness, and I'll measure that from the inside. I'm going to auto fillet the corner so it looks like it's bent. Okay, so there's a simple extrude thin, looks like a bent piece of sheet metal, and we want to use the rib tool. The rib tool is used, it's what I call an auxiliary feature in SolidWorks to mimic what most of us would call a gusset. Okay, so we're modeling a gusset using a rib feature. Now, if I just want to put one simple gusset in the middle of this, since I did a mid-plane extrude, very handy, have a right plane here and ready for us. So I select the plane and I select the rib tool. From there, what's nice about a rib tool is you just need a single sketch entity. It must be attached to the inside edges that you plan on gusseting. So you plan on filling in up to the inside of that first feature. And of course we want to fully define our sketches. So I'm going to roll in here and just define that. 1 1/4 sounds good. Okay, 1 1/4 from the end, and it's on that edge, so that dot is black, or that point is black. I could dimension this other end, or let's see what kind of angle we're at. We got 35 sounds good, why not? I usually try to stick to 30 and 45, more standard, but 35, that's sheet metal. We're playing. All right, so I have a fully defined line on the plane that'll place this gusset right in the center of the part. I complete my sketch, and now the dialog pops up. One thing that you need to notice, very important, is the arrow on the sketch, that it is pointing towards where you want to fill in, towards the original or the prior features. You want to set your thickness again. I'm going to use the same thickness I did before, and then you can play with where the thickness is. I'm going to skip that for now and just say, you know what, it's on a plane, the plane's in the middle of where I want it to be, so I'm going to place my material on both sides of my sketch. Line, and click OK. All right, so it filled in very quickly, easily filled in back to the original feature, gave us a gusset. Now, I kind of moved over that pretty quickly, and I didn't talk about where the thickness is going to be filled in at relative to the sketch. So let me show you an example of where you might need to worry about that, and that is if you want to fill in on the end. So if you want to fill in on the end here, place the gusset right here on the end of this part. Go ahead and select that flat surface as my plane, and I select the rib tool. Again, I want just a single sketch entity. It doesn't have to be a line, but most frequently is. has to be from on the inside edges. And I'm going to hold my control key and make these parallel with my relations. So then I'm just going to say, I want it to be 3/4 of an inch away. Okay. Flip my arrow. And now that I'm on this end, I really have to pay attention. See where that material thickness lies relative to the sketch. It's going to fill in on both sides of the sketch. SolidWorks is not going to allow that to happen. It's going to fail. It must be on the side where all of the material falls on the original feature. So this is the way we have to do it. We have to place it all on the second side as it's described here. Click OK, and it fills in. Very nice. All right, the last thing I wanted to share is sometimes you want to place these in custom locations. So you're going to need your plane. There's nothing here. We want one in this area. We're going to need a plane there. You can always go into the reference geometry and create a plane. Of course, if it's just a parallel plane, there's a shortcut for that. Hold my control key and I just drag this plane over. Basically copies it. It starts the reference geometry tool, basically, is what's happening. Okay, I'm going to guess 6 inches is where I want it to be. Done. Now I'll place a rib on that plane. So if I place a rib on that plane, let's say I want to do something weird here and do a 3-point arc. Two points and a radius will define the arc for us. Okay, notice I'm still on the inside edges. And I'm using that prior rib, the corners of that, as locations. All right, still got to flip my arrow. I'm going to split the difference because I put the plane in the middle of where I want it to be. So I click OK. And there we go. We filled it in. We don't need to see this plane anymore, so we will hide it now. All right, so there they are. If you want to mirror those over, it's pretty quick and dirty. Select the 2 ribs you want to mirror and the plane that you want to mirror about, which is our right, and select mirror. Done. Not sure what that's supposed to be, but we played with ribs. We played with where the material belongs relative to our sketch. We created a plane and we even mirrored. So pretty quick. Hopefully that helps you. Again, let me know, and hopefully I'll have some time to make some more of these for you. If you find them helpful, let me know so I know whether I'm wasting my time or not. All right. Have a good day. Take care.